Welcome to Non-Compete Covenants in Small Business Sale Transactions, presented to you by Just Elementary Inc. I'm Pramod Patel, and let's get started. So what exactly is a non-compete covenant, and what role does it play in the sale of a business from an owner to a buyer? So essentially, when a seller sells a business, he or she agrees in a contract to not open another business or not partner with some other business owner and open a business that's going to be in the same business that the buyer's taken over. So essentially, it's an agreement that the seller will not undercut the buyer by trying to steal customers or take away vendors. Now, the role it plays in a small business transaction is it's very important that a seller understands the ramifications of a non-compete covenant and offers the proper non-compete covenant when buyers inquire about the business. And that leads us to our next couple points, which are, what are the important parts of a non-compete covenant? Number one, it definitely needs to specify a certain time frame that the seller agrees not to compete against the buyer. So for example, it could be for 2 years, it could be for a period of 3 years, 5 years, or longer. Typically, we see a 3 to 5 year period. Remember, it's always negotiable though. And number two, it definitely needs to specify a geographic parameter upon which the seller will not come back in immediately and open a business or partner with somebody else. So what does that mean? For example, if you buy a business that's servicing California, Nevada, and Arizona, you would want to have a non-compete agreement cover those three states. What that means is that the seller can go the day after selling the business to Nebraska, Wyoming, Utah, open another business there, and service local customers. It would prohibit that business from coming in and servicing customers in those three first territories we talked about, which are California, Arizona, and Nevada. But it allows that seller to go out and make a living, provide for himself in a different area. So aside from geographical restrictions and a time frame, here are a few of the things that may apply in a business that you are selling or thinking of buying that should be covered also in a non-compete agreement. If there are any key customers, they definitely should be specified in a non-compete agreement. If there are any key vendor relationships that could be tampered with and might be very critical, those also should be specified in a non-compete agreement. Something else to consider also is intellectual property. If there are some special processes, workflow, trade secrets that are very unique to that business, it might be very important for a buyer to go ahead and cover those in a non-compete agreement or even a separate agreement that covers that point, so that a buyer again can feel some security in investing in that business. Also, key employees. Now in California, employees have free will to go where they want and do what they want essentially, but there can be some restrictions to have the seller of the business not solicit those employees to come work for them if they happen to go into some other business, related or not related, come to the business in question. Another important thing to be aware of when it comes to non-compete covenants is to be aware of the fact that they are a part of the purchase price allocation. And what that is during negotiations of a contract between a buyer and a seller for a business, the total consideration for the business has to be allocated into different portions. So some will go for the equipment, some will go for the goodwill, some will go for the trade name, some will be allocated to the inventory, and also some will also be allocated towards the value of the non-compete agreement. It could be anywhere from $1 to $100,000 or even more, just depending on what each party needs and what their advisors, especially their CPAs, are telling them to consider. One final important point that is a common theme that we talk about on the company website, in all of our articles, and then also in other videos, is the importance of trust in a transaction. Certainly when you're dealing with people that are essentially strangers to you otherwise, it's hard to get a certain level of trust. So we can definitely give you this bit of advice. If you don't trust the other party that you're dealing with, you definitely need to reconsider moving forward with the transaction. The cases that we've seen that have gone bad and have failed and led to loss of money and investment are those that there was definitely reasons to not trust the other party, but against their own better judgment, they went ahead and went for the transaction, and obviously they ended up regretting it. So if you have any reason to distrust the other party, we suggest you try to address those reasons, and if you don't get the right answers and the right feeling, then definitely keep looking. There are other buyers to sell to, and obviously if you're a buyer, there's other sellers looking to sell their business. So keep that in mind. And with that being said, thank you for watching. If you do have any questions, any needs for a small business, whether it be renegotiating your lease, getting assistance with due diligence on a business transaction, and then also getting an idea of what your business is worth, go ahead and contact us. Our information will be right at the end of the video. Just Elementary Inc. Number is 323-213-9193. Thank you.